Good afternoon. It's time for the 4 p.m. newscast on the Street 919 FM, brought to you courtesy T&Tech, the power to make it work. In the headlines, the EBC order is passed in Parliament by simple majority this morning. The USAID regional representative is in Trinidad for talks to improve health and economic development. And in news overseas, Haitian Prime Minister fires his Justice Minister for backing prosecutor seeking to charge him in Jovenel Moises assassination case. With the details, I am Jason Shields. Earlier today, the House of Representatives passed the Elections and Boundaries Commission's Local Government and Tobago House of Assembly Order 2021 by a simple majority. The order proposes 15 electoral districts in the upcoming THA elections to break the current 6-6 deadlock between the PNM and the PDP from the January polls. PNM's Member of Parliament Faris Alrawi and Shamfa Kojo, in their contributions on Wednesday on the motion to adopt the EBC's report, denied that the Commission favored the ruling party in creating the additional electoral districts. This after political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Watson Duke, as well as the United National Congress, accused the EBC of giving the PNM an unfair advantage in its proposed boundary changes. People's National Movement Tobago Council political leader Tracy Davidson Celestin has accused the PDP and the UNC of maligning the reputation of the EBC. In a statement earlier today, Mistress Davidson Celestin said leaders should know better and political agendas are no excuse for bad behavior. She added that the UNC's threat of legal action is unnecessary and another attempt to create drama to attract the public and media attention. Regional Representative for the United States Agency for International Development, Clinton White, is in Trinidad and Tobago until September 23rd to meet with government officials, leaders in the business community, and members of civil society organizations. Mr. White's visit, according to a statement from the U.S. Embassy, hopes to underscore that the United States of America, through USAID, is partnering with the people of the Caribbean to improve their education, health, economic development, and prosperity aspirations. He is expected to also highlight USAID's regional development strategy produced to guide USAID's programs, which will provide critical assistance to the region. The release further noted that Mr. White's visit emphasizes the United States' commitment to regional and government partnerships, climate change, as well as moves to introduce USAID's 2020 to 2025 regional development strategy. In news of crime, a 45-year-old Belmont man was shot dead and killed this morning. Officers from the Homicide Bureau of Investigation Region 1 are investigating the shooting death of Sherwin Williams just before 7:30 a.m. Williams was said to be sitting under a tent at Chocolate Alley in Gonzales when a gray Toyota Altis drove up and two men got out the car and shot him several times before driving off. Officers of the Interagency Task Force were on patrol in the area and found Williams' body. The car the assailants used in the attack was found on Clifton Street in East Dry River by officers of the Port of Spain Task Force. In more news, T&Tech customers both in Trinidad and Tobago are expected to be affected by scheduled maintenance work on Friday. In North Trinidad, parts of East Port of Spain will be without electricity between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Residents of San Juan in the areas surrounding San Antonio Street will have their electricity supply interrupted between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. and again between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Also in San Juan, residents along the Santa Cruz Old Road will be without a supply between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Several communities in East Trinidad will be affected by the maintenance work. Residents of Louis Jean-Marie Street in Madras will have their electricity interrupted during the morning period from 8 a.m. The other areas affected and the times are as follows. From 9 a.m. to 12 noon, residents of Delamere Avenue in Trin City. Between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., train line to Manuel Congo in Arima and the areas along the Kamuto Main Road between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Finally, in news overseas, Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry has fired the country's justice minister for backing a prosecutor who is seeking to charge Mr. Henry over the assassination of slain President Jovenel Moise. Another senior official within the government has also resigned, saying he would not work under the prime minister who had come under suspicion for the murder of the president. Mr. Henry went on the offensive on Monday with a letter to prosecutor Bedford Claude with a signing accusing him of serious administrative errors. Mr. Claude countered by asking the judge investigating the murder to charge Mr. Henry over the alleged involvement. Legal experts in Haiti, however, argued that the request from the prosecutor came too late, thus he cannot ask for charges to be issued once the investigation had been handed over to the judge. Police say they have arrested 44 people, including 18 former Colombian soldiers, in connection with the July 7th killing. That was a look at your news in detail to 4 p.m. on the street 919 FM. As we recap the headlines, EBC orders passed in Parliament by simple majority this morning. The U.S. aid representative for the region is in Trinidad and Tobago for talks to improve health and economic development. And in news overseas, Haitian Prime Minister fires his justice minister for backing prosecutor seeking to charge him in the Jovenel Moise assassination case. Up next on the Street 919 FM, The Aisha Wells Show. I am Jason Shields. Do enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com. Entertainment, information, conversation. All on Street 91.9 FM, the official station that defends the nation. The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
What is Apex? It is the pinnacle of high-performance vision through a lens. It's clarity, no matter what angle you look at. It's comfort, no matter what you do all day, every day. And it's customized with every digital measurement your eyes require to see at their very best. Apex Digital Lenses by Value Optical, the ultimate lens design for your eyes. Value Optical, expert care for your eyes.
Simpson's Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpson's Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpson's Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.